Amazon does not suspend accounts randomly. Before most suspensions, there is a manual review and sellers don't even realize it's happening. So in this video, I will show you exactly what triggers Amazon manual account reviews. So what is manual account review? A manual review means a real Amazon employee is analyzing your account, not a bot. So this could happen like these are the following people who can do: seller performance team people, compliance team, risk and trust teams, and review happens before enforcement. Like when you list a product which is not compliant and they ask you compliance document, you submit wrong documents, then this triggers manual review and the manual team start to check what happened with your account and what are you doing. So if you list any product or sell anything which has a high return rate, then there is a manual account review which is triggered. So some of them which are some of the issues which are automated flags that lead to manual reviews. So when you have a new account, if your sales suddenly spikes, like you are selling 10 units, 15 units, and you go to like thousands units, then it will trigger manual review. Then abnormal refund rates, a lot of refunds, high return rate. Rapid ASIN expansion, that they were around 5 10 ASINs when you launch the account, and then suddenly, like after 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, there are 1,000 ASINs. So this is called ASIN expansion. So this triggers manual review. Then aggressively pricing changing, that you're repricing every product each day, each minute. So that is also triggers manual review. So high return velocity, as I already explained. So automation, these are things which bot capture. So this automation flags you, but human decides your fate. So what are the performance matrices that trigger reviews? ODR rates, your order defect rate is changing day by day. It is getting higher. That triggers manual review. Late shipment rates, you're shipping products late or either you're not shipping. Then return dissatisfaction, that every other customer is complaining about the product. It says that this product is not good. Opening return. Then negative feedback clustering. A lot of the people who are dropping negative feedbacks like late shipment feedbacks or negative feedbacks about the product. The mainly negative feedback which affects is about the product, not shipment. So A to Z claims history, like if there are a lot of returns and a lot of issues with customers or products, then obviously you will be having A to Z, high A to Z claims. So that also triggers manual review. So some other most important factors are inventory and documentation. So this is the most critical and important. Like for example, you started bought from Kihi and Key sell everything. You bought an order of like let's say $5,000, and there are like a variety of 20 ASINs with you can say 10 different brands. Then this triggers an Amazon system that how come this person just launched and just trying to sell 20 brands or 10 brands. So that triggers manual review. This is very common thing. Then old invoice reuse, for ungetting you're just submitting same invoice. You're submitting old invoice, old dated invoices again to unget. So this is also a wrong thing. Then mismatch between sales velocity and invoice quantity, like you sold more but your invoices says less, or you don't have invoices to mention whatever number of quantity or whatever number of units you sold. So that is also very critical thing. Then retail plus wholesale mixing, you are buying from a distributor, you are also buying from random websites, Sam's Club, like retail arbitrage, online arbitrage. So this also makes Amazon bots confused, and then they push it to real people to investigate what happens over the store. So brand authorization inconsistencies. You do not have a brand authorization letter. You do have a brand authorization letter, but it is expired. You are making your own brand authorization letter, like fake brand authorization letter. You submitted that for a brand, so that also triggers Amazon manual review. Then listing and catalog behaviors. So, like for example, frequent listing edits, category hopping. You're changing category each day. You're listing a new product in a new category. You're listing a new product in a new category. Variation misuse. You're trying to update variations of an existing listing on Amazon. So that is variation misuse. Duplicate ASIN cases. Some people you see that on one listing there are like 3 4 offers from the same people. So they try to maximize sales using this technique, but this is wrong and this is against Amazon policies, and this can lead to account suspension. So brand name changes, like you have submitted a listing with your own brand name, and later on you switch to a new brand name. and then you again renamed all of the listing and complete brand, so that is also not recommended because it also triggers manual review, and then you have to answer a lot of questions and your suspension is on the way. So there are some silent warning signs which sellers ignore. Account health matrices freeze, like the number 200, it's just stuck. Like you're getting a sales of around like 100 to 200 orders each day, but your that number is stuck to 200. Normally it works like if you get 8 to 10 orders, then you gain 1 to 2 points in that account health. If it is frozen and you have sold like 1,000 orders and you see that it is frozen, then it means that there's something going on your account. Be careful. So delayed case responses, that you submitted a case, you are asking something and Amazon is not responding back. So it means that they are checking something on your account and they will give you a final answer. Request for additional documentation. You submit for some compliance documentation, they rejected it and they ask again the same document. You submitted again the document, they ask again the document. So this is also you can say sign that something is going on with your store. Sudden policy warning emails, that you were selling brand direct, wholesale, or brand authorized products, and suddenly some of the warning emails appear, or some of the violations appear in your account health, and they ask to submit documents for that brand. So it means that they're checking it manually and they're trying to see that if you're doing everything illegally. So that is another trigger that normally most people ignore this, or like they, even if they get a violation, they don't touch it. They think that okay, so without touching they can save their account. So what happens when a manual account review is triggered? So what they will do, if you have launched your store, let's say 2 years back, so they start investigating from 2 years back, and they start to link things one by one, then they make a complete plan of action, and then on the basis of that they go for a supplier verification, like IPA video call verification. Then they will ask you about suppliers, they document their details, and they even call and contact them to verify your contact. So account linkage checks, they check that if you have any other account, if you have previously deactivated account, if any of your relatives have any account, if you have an account with same address, same internet, same IP, so they check everything. Then they lastly they check cross marketplace. If you're selling in United States, they will check Canada, Mexico, and every other marketplace you have. They cross check everything. If everything is perfect and in nowhere there is no account which was deactivated anytime, then you are good to go. So this is when they ask question about manual review. So how can we reduce the manual review risk? So we can reduce this by starting slow. Like let's say you launch your store today, so you use stable scaling technique. Like you just bought one brand, you listed it, you sold it 1 2 3 times, then you brought in another brand, you started selling it, and then you brought in another brand. So this is called stable scaling. This way you build trust with Amazon system, and you are most likely less to get deactivated. Then clean supplier documentation. You should have clean supply document, like you should have all the invoices in hand from A to Z, everything ready, all quantity masked, all invoices within due date and all stamped. So SOP based account operations. So you should have some SOP to follow for everything which is done on your account. You can make it on your own, like you can make a list of checkpoints, and by those following those checkpoints, you can keep checking your account every 15 days or every 7 days. And you make listing edits very carefully. Like when there is a need of something, then you like edit the listing. Like for example, if you're selling a third party brand, then you do not need to edit listing. There is nothing you can do on the listing. You just need to put the offer. So that you can change only offer. If you try to change listing details, then that is not correct, because this is none of your business. You're selling a product which is already selling well. Then why would you try to change its listing detail? See? Yeah. So proactive compliance. If you're listing a product which needs a compliance document, like let's say SDS, safety data sheet, or any hazmat classification, then you should provide it at time of listing creation, rather than you wait that when Amazon asks you and then you will provide. So that is wrong, and Amazon will consider it a negative point. That you can say uh, with a plan, just do not provide the documentation, and you are trying to double cross Amazon system. So what to do if you suspect a review? Like for example, if you find the things which I mentioned, if you notice any of these things, and you are thinking that your account is under review and they are checking it manually, then there is, if you're doing correct, like correct business model, then there is no need to panic. Do not panic edit listings, do not open new accounts, just prepare your documents quietly. Like if they are doing review, then you need to audit your store yourself, prepare all the documentation, keep it in hand. Once they send you a deactivation notice or they send you a request for more information, your documentation is ready and you can just submit it, and that's it, you're good to go. Also, make your transaction records, your bank statements, everything ready. That is most important part nowadays. If you have an invoice, you should have an exact transaction record in your bank statement. Without that, you will never get reactivated. This is a very common thing which people ignore. They think that okay, so this is not necessary. Like I bought from A and A bought from B, B bought from C, C bought from D, and we can submit everything and that's it. No, the invoice should be on your direct name. You bought it directly from somewhere, either authorized distributor or wherever. Then your transaction code must match. So most suspensions are decided before sellers see that there is a problem. Understanding reviews is how you stay ahead. So subscribe for real Amazon risk breakdowns, and also watch other PPC videos, and I will try to make more relevant videos from next on. Thank you. Have a good day.